Hi you all. So this video has been highly requested. It is me making my custom units. Here you'll just see what I use each time. You need the hair, needle, thread, wig pins, a styrofoam head, a wig stand, and a wig cap of your choice. I use the U-part wig cap just because it makes it easier for the parting. And then you also, if this is optional, need a lace bond and then the lace bond remover. So this is everything I use to make my units, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. First, you wanna just put the cap on the styrofoam head. I have a pretty big head, so I make sure that I stretch my cap as far as I think I need it to go, and then I just stick in the pins where I need them to be. Here you see me using the pins to lay the tracks. I'm laying the tracks so that when I get ready to sew them down, I know that they're gonna lay nice, neat, and flat, and just where I want them to go. And when you start to sew your track down, you wanna make sure that your first few stitches involve some knots. That way the track is secure, in place, and not going anywhere, so your wig will not be falling apart on you, okay?
Don't tell me you're sorry, babe, unless you're really sorry. She said, boy, I trust you. Never thought it wouldn't be me and you. You say you never heard me, no. Wanted to give up and something told me don't. But either way, I'm still in love, boy, I can't even lie to you. Only thing that's on my mind is you're the only one I want. You're the only one I want. You're the only one I want, baby. See, you're the only one. Oh, you're the only one I want. You're the only one I want. You're the only one I want, baby. See, you're the only one. Let me love you back to sleep, boy.
Once I get to the end of a track, I go ahead and use the fold over method, which is literally just folding it over itself. This keeps you from having to cut it, which then reduces the amount of shedding that you'll see, as well as weft damage that you can cause to your wig. So it basically just makes for better construction all around.
Let's get back to action. Feels just like summertime when I'm with you. Every little touch you give is making me sweat. Yeah, yeah. It's like it's raining on me when you're kissing on my neck, ooh, baby. You're so sweet. Just let me ride. Yeah, yeah. Let me love you back to sleep. Just let me ride. Make me feel complete, boy. Let me love you back to sleep. Rock you back.
Throughout the entire wig, my stitching method is going to be literally just like under, over, and include knots every few stitches to make sure that it's secure. I'm going to do this throughout the entire wig, and then when I get closer up to the top, I'm going to go ahead and apply the parting piece, which I use as a closure, and I'll show you how I do that. But to finish the wig, all you need is patience and a strategy, and get it done. If you look on the right side, you can see one of the adjustable straps. This wig comes with two of them, and there is a hook on both sides for you to put the straps in. This helps you to just further secure your wig. I've made units with wig clips in them. I'm not really a fan of them because I feel like they tug at my hair, and then of course they're in your edges and things like that. So I just rather use a wig that has adjustable straps and then further secure it with bobby pins. And this right here, like I said, is one of the straps.
Just because we had a kid, now you wanna dip now. My flow is so legit, don't you forget that I'm the shit now. Cooking, cleaning, paying bills, better check my list now. Yeah, you better check my list now. Showing out only cause I'm in pain right now. Saw you with another chick, you gon' make me catch a case right now. But boy, don't get it twisted.
So here's the parting piece that came with the hair that I purchased. I use it as a closure. Like I said, it is really affordable hair. As you can see, it's affordable. I'm not going to call it cheap because I do like how it behaves, but it's super affordable. What I do to install the parting piece or closure is I go ahead and pin it like I did the other tracks, but you want to make sure that you pay extra attention to this part because this is your part. This is going to be the part that your hair basically blends with. So yeah, be careful. Make sure that it's super tight and laying flat. Pin it, and then you want to go ahead and get the stitching. When you stitch, you want to make sure that your stitching is very neat, close together. And I mean, just treat it like this is the top of the wig, the most visible part of the wig, because it is.
Never thought it wouldn't be me and you. You say you never heard me, no. Wanted to give up and something told me don't. But either way, I'm still in love, boy, I can't even lie to you. Only thing that's on my mind is you're the only one I want. You're the only one I want. You're the only one I want, baby. See, you're the only one. Oh, you're the only one I want. You're the only one I want. You're the only one I want, baby. See, you're the only one. Boy, it makes sense now. Just because we had a kid, now you wanna dip now. My flow is so legit, don't you forget that I'm the shit now. Cooking, cleaning, paying bills, better check my list.
Once I reach the top, I'm no longer using the fold over method just because I want the tracks up top to lay a specific way. They are going to be what people see if they see any track. I mean, you don't want your track showing, but you want the top to be the neatest area because it can hide any mistakes or flaws. So I actually measure out the track where I want it to lay, and then I cut very carefully. When I'm cutting any wefts or hair, I only use hair shears. Only use hair shears. So I go ahead and cut and pin, cut and pin, cut and pin until the wig is complete. And now here's my girl. Yes, honey. I was just laying my edges. I used some Eco Styler gel, brushed my edges down, and then I went ahead and applied that little silk wrap while I did my makeup. This isn't really a braiding pattern, it's more of a twisting pattern, but this is my hair under the wig. I just twist because it's faster, and I can also take it loose quickly and, care for my own hair in between, like, styling, basically. So I do put on a wig cap even though I want the part to show. I make sure that the beginning of the part is out, but I make sure that all of my twists are covered, and then I just go ahead and apply the wig. Before I apply the wig, I'm going to take this Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse in dark cocoa, and I put it on my finger. I'm just gonna rub it underneath the part. This is gonna make it look more realistic and actually like a scalp part. When you put on the wig, you just want to make sure that your part is lined up with the wig's part. And okay, here's the biggest thing for me. Pluck that thing. I see so many closures, so many parting pieces. They look terrible. Okay? We can kind of tell when your weave is weave, but it should look like it's not weave, or it should look like you don't want it to look like it's weave. Please pluck out your closures. Do not be afraid. Be gentle, but pluck those closures and make it look like a part, okay? That is my biggest pet peeve. I hate when people just put it on and leave it like that. You gotta pluck that thing to make it look good, okay?
Let's get back to action. Feels just like summertime when I'm with you. Every little touch you give me making me sweat. It's like it's raining on me.
Okay, so you know when you're in the store and you're doing too much, that's me. I found this Salon Pro lace bond. I've never used it before, but I have made units before with lace parting pieces, and I've always felt like they look good, but they didn't look as good as I wanted them to look. And I do have to admit, I went overboard with plucking, and I tore a little bit of the lace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lace bond and put it over the tear to kind of just reattach it, and I'm using the rat tail of my comb to do so. And then I'm also going to go up underneath the wig, but make sure I'm in the part only. You don't want lace bond in your hair, in your edges. You just want it on your scalp or forehead. So I'm going to take the rat tail of my comb, make sure I'm in the part. I'm just going to dab a little bit of lace bond there and then hold it there. Even though this is my first time using the lace bond, the difference that it made, I feel like, was bananas. And so this is now going to be a staple every time I use or, wear a wig unit that, has a closure, parting piece, anything. You definitely want to grab some lace bond. The bottle that I had was about $8, which is kind of high because it's a very small bottle, but a little bit goes a very long way. To further conceal, you want to just add a little bit more of your foundation or concealer that you put up under the parting piece. So like I said, I used that Maybelline mousse. I went ahead and used an angled eyeliner brush to further conceal. And since curly hair loves water, I'm just hitting this with my water and leave-in mix so that I can kind of restore the curl pattern that was broken during the construction of the wig. And so now you're good to go, girl.
Let me love you back to sleep, boy. Boy, it makes sense now. Just because we had a kid, now you wanna dip now. My flow is so legit, don't you forget that I'm the shit now. Cooking, cleaning, paying bills, better check my list now. Yeah, you better check my list now. Showing out